Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut. I hope you like this video. We're going to talk about just a sort of potpourri of free agents that the Mets should be interested in, and some guys that are going to be maybe get opted out by their team or their player options. So I'm just going to do sort of random, this is just a random video. So this is just sort of me talking about all these different players. As you know, we're waiting for the championship series to begin. That'll begin on Sunday with the All Texas American League Championship Series of the Rangers and the Houston Astros. And then on Monday, the Phillies and the Diamondbacks are going to be going up against each other. I would mention, I believe the Phillies will get there. If they don't, ready for some bonfire and roast. If they lose, I'll get the bonfire up. And I think that the Houston Astros will probably get, but that's going to be a tough one. The series in Texas, that is going to be a 7-game series. You've got two experienced managers. You got teams that have a lot of experience. The pitching with the Rangers in terms of their bullpen, a little shaky, to be honest with you. But the Astros obviously been there so many times. You know, the experience rate off the bat. It's gonna be a very tough series for both teams. And I know that the Rangers lost 4 out of 9, went 4-9 against the Astros this past year, but all bets are off now because you got two great managers. And you got manager and Bruce Bochy, who never loses. So let's run down this list that I've compiled, which is just a potpourri. I guess it's just a potpourri. It's not the big names. This is not Ohtani. This is not Soto. So this is just about a way of sort of being more competitive for next year, and just some names they could fill in. I found the name I thought was very interesting. You see him on the thumbnail. Either he could be brought in as a free agent, or maybe the Mets could trade for him. But let's go through this rundown. First up, Mets need help in their pitching. Obviously, you got some pitchers in here. Like I said, it's the potpourri, some relievers. First name up, which I just really the genesis of this video was Seth Lugo. Word is that he's probably going to opt out of his contract with the Padres. He started 26 games. The Mets could use a 4th or 5th starter here. There's not a lot here in terms of pitching depth, and he has one more year on his contract, but he'll probably opt out. That's the word. That's the rumor. It didn't seem like Billy Epler or Buck Showalter really cared for him all that much when he was here. He's a solid guy. He's 33 years old now. He's a solid guy. He spent that 1 year in San Diego. Pitched pretty well. 140-something innings, 26 starts. As far as I know, he made all the starts. No, it didn't seem like there was any injury situation there. His elbow held up. He's an interesting guy. Matt Chapman, third baseman. I am not big on him, but I threw his name in there because obviously the Mets need a third baseman. I am not sold in any way in Brett Baty or Mark Vientos, and I don't know how the Mets view Ronnie Mauricio. I don't know how David Stearns looks at him or at this point. And obviously, since we have a new guy running the team, I don't know who the general manager is going to be yet, let alone the manager. Now some more other names here. Justin Turner, he has a player option. Now, he had a pretty big year in Boston, even though the Red Sox finished in last place. He had a very good year. I felt that the Mets probably should talk to him last offseason. The Mets could use another bat in the middle of this lineup, and he's one of the more interesting names. But he's older. I'm not a big fan of his from his time when he was here with the Mets. A little leery about him, but he might opt out of his contract. That's a possibility, especially considering he had such a big year in Boston. And he would be, if he came in here, he'd be the DH. Maybe once in a while play him the third or second or whatever. Aaron Loop, I think he's with the Angels. It seems like the Mets are gonna. We'll see. Oh, I'll get to Brooks Riley, but he's a guy who pitched here. As you know, he had a big year here. He did not pitch well, amazingly enough, in Anaheim. But we'll keep an eye on him. Oscar Hernandez, who's now with the Mariners. He's a free agent. Mets could use some pop, and they can use another outfielder. I would not rely on Starlin Marte at any point next year. Big reason that they did not play nearly as well in September last year in October is because he was not he wasn't playing. I think that really hurt their offense in a big way. David Robertson, there's word that maybe the Mets might talk to him, but it might be a little bit different now with the new guy in charge. Robertson had a connection to Billy Epler. Billy Epler brought him in because he was the assistant general manager of Ryan Cashman with the Yankees. Jorge Soler, who actually had a good year, he has an opt-out, a player option. Now I'm going to talk about the Met free agents. It's really three guys here. Brooks Raley, the Mets have a club option. I would think that they will exercise that option. He's always using the lefty. So I think that he'll be here. Omar Narvaez and Adam Ottavino both have player options. Narvaez did not play well here. He was hurt early in the season. He missed most of the first half. I don't know where he or Ottavino stand. Ottavino is kind of, I don't know, I want to be bad, blah, blah, blah. So if Ottavino and Narvaez say we want to leave, I would have no problem with that. I think Ottavino will probably take the option because he wants to be a broadcaster. Craig Kimbrell, who's with the Phillies right now, he's a free agent. I wonder if the Mets will bring him in to be the eighth inning option with Edwin Diaz coming back. Now the Dodgers. Let's talk about the Dodgers real quickly. They have 17 possible free agents. Wow. And we know that they're gonna go hard after. They're gonna go hard after Shohei Ohtani. So it's 17 possible free agents, one including Clayton Kershaw, who could be retiring. J.D. Martinez, who could be an option for the Mets. And finally with the Dodgers, which is probably a name I was looking at. I was very surprised his name's on here, is Max Muncy. This guy in his career has had 30 home runs 3 times in his career. And I guess he's driven in like 90 runs 3 times. He drove in 100 runs this past year and hit 36 home runs this year as well. He has a club option on him. I would expect that the Dodgers will probably pick that up. But he is a very interesting name. And he could play third base. He played primarily at third base this past year with the Dodgers. Played 124 games for the Dodgers at third. And he's been a pretty good defensive first baseman, and they've played him at second. He's sort of an all-trades, jack of all trades kind of guy. He's good. I like his bat. His batting average is low, but he's got a high on-base percentage. He's a 220 hitter, but he's got a high on-base percentage, and he has a high slugging percentage, and he's got an extremely high OPS. And his OPS plus is way above average. He's very good. He's very promising to look at. He's 33 years old. That's the one thing. I would wonder if he were to become a free agent, would the Mets consider bringing him in here? He's an interesting player. And finally on this list, let's go back to Michael Conforto. He has a player option on him. He's with the Giants. I don't know what the option is, what he's going to do. He did not have a good year coming back from the injured list from last year. I would think that he'll have a better year. He'll be 31 when the season starts next year. You probably would have to put him in left field. But I don't know where the Mets are in terms of how they look at their outfield right now. Because we've had Brandon Nimmo be the center field the last 2 years. But it seems like the Mets kind of want to put, I don't know, a lot of stuff's up in the air now with Billy Epler not being here. So I don't know how David Stearns looks at the Mets right now. We're going to find out pretty quickly over the next few weeks, what moves he plans on making here. So that's a big unknown. Will he have Brandon Nimmo as the center fielder? Will he be the left fielder here? So, these sort of moving parts, who's going to be the right fielder, center fielder, left fielder. A lot of sort of, everything's up in the air when it comes to the Mets outfield, to be honest with you. But these are some interesting names. Really the most interesting names, like I said, on this list. Seth Lugo, Mike Conforto, Max Muncy, and J.D. Martinez, and Justin Turner. Those are name players that people know, and they're very interesting. Interesting. I mean, very interesting names to discuss here. But thank you for watching this video. I have been very happy with the way people have been writing to me and leaving great comments, and continue to do so. And, of course, thank you for all the support you've given me over the last 3 years. It's meant a lot to me, and it's helped this little, this weird kind of community that I built here I'm a little odd. I don't like I like to do my own thing here, and you encourage me to do that. So I thank you for watching. As always, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut, and I'll see you later.